back to It's a Miracle Beauty. I am a beauty reviewer and I do participate in pan challenges. That's actually a goal of my channel this year. 100% is to use up as much as I can. I do absolutely love hitting pans, but for me, it's more getting use out of my makeup. So with the exception of the last 2 years, or last year I didn't do it, the year before I did, I usually do an inventory at the end of every single year, go through, count every single category in my makeup, usually makeup, perfume, skincare, and hair care. Sure, I'm kind of overwhelmed. I'm not sure if I'm going to do all the categories, but I go through every single thing, count them, picture them, document them, and then that allows me to see, wow, I haven't touched that an entire year. Wow, that doesn't look right. Then I go through and I declutter. This year, I would say, is probably the most conscious and thought out declutter. That looks better. Sorry. It kept bugging me. I look sideways. So the years previous, I decluttered because I thought I was supposed to declutter because everyone on YouTube declutters, and I would go through and do these cutthroat, get rid of everything. And there was 3 places those things were going. Some were going in the trash if they legit were old, whatever. Some, a local homeless shelter that does an amazing job in our local area. I actually work with my work. We do a charity program with them, and I personally contribute to them. They actually used to accept makeup that was used as long as it was a powder that could be disinfected. It was a cream that had a pump, or what was the other thing? Oh, it was sealed. So those are the 3 things. Well, as COVID hit, they've stopped doing that. They're worried that if they give someone a donation and then they get an infection or they get something, they could be sued. So they no longer do that. So last year I didn't really declutter anything because I didn't know where to take it, where to do with it, whatever. The other thing I noticed is as we age, as we grow, as we get more experience, all those things, our makeup tastes change. So I would declutter things because at that exact moment didn't fit my taste. And then I would end up rebuying the same item because later on my taste would change and I'd be like, oh my God, I used to own that. Why did I get rid of it? So I really did a more conscious declutter here. So my concentration is on basically, I don't know how many it's going to count to. It's not many, maybe 3 or 2. One is if it's good or not. If it's not good, it's gone. I got to get it out. There's no point in keeping something because I spent money on it if I can't use it or it's unhealthy to use it. So that was the biggest thing. That's probably, I would say, well over 50% of these items. And that's embarrassing, but it's true. If something literally doesn't work for me, not because of a taste, but because of skin. Example, I have desert dry skin. I have a F-ton, and I mean a ton of powders and matte foundations. That makes no sense. It doesn't logically do anything for me. I think that is majority of them. And majority of these I either tried or tested to see if they're good anymore. So I didn't just throw things away or give them away. So you know where things are going. None of this is being thrown away. Don't ask for it. I will not ship it to anybody. I feel like every declutter, someone posts down below, can I have that? No, I'm not shipping it to someone I don't know. Just not comfortable. Majority of this is bad. Majority of this is getting thrown away. The few things that are still good, my daughter actually takes all of my declutters, and then she has a whole host of sister-in-laws, cousins, aunts, friends at work that she has access to, and then she disperses it from there. They all appreciate it, and that's how I do it. Okay, so that's where we're gonna leave it. Let me grab my basket that is going to, ooh, I just almost dumped everything. My basket is going to be where I put the garbage, and then the ones that are going to my daughter, I'll just sit on my desk for now, and once I get an empty basket, I'll actually use that. So I'm actually going to start with a few things that just literally went bad, like bad. So all of these except for one I was using when it went bad or went to use again and found out it was bad. So one is the Makeup Revolution 5% glycolic acid toner lotion. This is kind of comical, I'll be honest. Actually, let me back up 1 second. First of all, I'm sorry if the lighting is not perfect. It's actually raining today and it's very dim outside, and I don't have my actual ring light here yet. I have it at my office. I don't have my ring light here. I have it at my office. If you don't know, I own It's a Miracle Budgeting, and I have an office for that business, and that's where it was because I always film there. So I don't have my lights here, and it might be a little awkward, and I apologize, but I needed to get this out because I need these out of my house because garbage day is today. So I'm sure you can relate. We've all been there. So the toner I actually have used, if you look, it goes to there. But here's the funniest thing. So I was using this is a few weeks ago now. I was using it, and every time I would use it, I would see like almost look like a black fuzzy. And I use cotton, bamboo, not bamboo fleece, what are they? Bamboo velour makeup pads or face pads. So I would see them and I'm like, God, do I need to get new pads? I ordered all brand new pads, which the other ones they were getting old, they're getting rougher. And it happened again. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Finally, I held it up to light. There's literally black stuff floating in this. Now, in the brand's defense, this is probably 2 to 3 years old. I bought it at Ulta when it first released. So it's probably bad. Even though it wasn't open that entire time, everything has a shelf life. So I'm not mad at them or anything. This is the Murad Essential C Cleanser Environmental Shield. This one, first of all, I don't care for the cleanser anyways. And I actually love this entire, like, brand, what is it? Not, I almost said the department, but this formula of products, there's a whole series of products. I think I got this from BoxyCharm and I think it was bad. I don't know if it went bad when I had it or if it was bad when I got it, but it does not work right. And it doesn't have like the normal consistency, but even when it's brand new, that's not my favorite cleanser. Another one from that series, again, I told you I like that series, another BoxyCharm. I think one of these I purchased and one of these I got in my BoxyCharm the same month. I haven't had BoxyCharm in almost 2 years. Murad Environmental Shield Essential C Day Moisturizer. I had it on its side so you can't see it, but it's way down here. It's like down to there. All of a sudden, every single time, no matter how much or how little I use, it would pill. Then it started to not really blend at all. It would just sit on the surface. I figured it's bad. I'm going to get rid of it. Two I'm getting rid of. They're actually kind of comical. This is ColourPop's Fourth Ray, which is ColourPop's sister brand, Face Milk, Papaya, and Cameo. So if you look, I've used a little bit less than halfway of the Papaya, and the Cameo I've used a couple times. I recently found these in my drawer and I was like, oh my goodness, you know, they don't last forever. They're lotion, so I better pull them out. Last night I went to use the Papaya because that was my favorite, and it literally just like chunked. It's so gross, but I had to rewash my face and start over. It was so gross. So these are obviously bad, so I'm gonna get rid of those. I did try the Papaya or the Cameo on my hand and it did the same thing. The last thing in that little section is Smith & Co. Instant Recall Invisible Powder Setting Spray. This is a literal powder setting spray. So you spray it on your face and it like puts a light misted powder on your face. I have dry skin. What the hell? The only defense I'll say, and I'll talk about this as I go through this, and this is going to be a long video because just in complexion, I probably have 40 items. So just know this is probably going to be a long video. But I worked at Ulta for a little over 2 years, and Smith & Co. was discontinued at Ulta in-store. I don't know if they have it on their website, but they were discontinued in-store. And so I got their foundation, which I think I already decluttered or is in this. I can't remember. No, it's in here actually. It's right here. So we'll just talk about these together. So here's the foundation. I got these together. I paid less than $5 for both of them. That would be like $90 if I bought them new. So did I need them? Absolutely not. This is dumb. Why did I purchase that if I have desert dry skin? This one, I actually think probably would have been good for my skin if I had it's called the Smith & Co. Veiled Threat Weightless Micro Blurring Foundation. And this actually looks very similar to that new Mario foundation that's out. This actually reminds me of that. This is bad now though. I probably used it 5 times if that, which for $285 or whatever, I have $250 I paid for it. It's money wise, I don't think that's a waste, but for waste of product and it's waste of junk, yes, that's ridiculous. So I'm not going to separate these into primers and foundations. I'm just going to go through them as I grab them and we'll just go talk about them. So I have the IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation. This one I actually used, not a ton, but you can't see the it anymore. It's changed color, so if you look, it's much darker than the actual. This is fair, and that's not fair. That's more like lighter further, so that, and then it doesn't blend anymore. Like when you rub it, it's rough and dry. And this was a very smooth, it almost like, it wasn't oily, but it almost had like a sheen to it because it's the Glow Foundation. And so it doesn't have that anymore. It's literally like, even now it's like sitting on my finger. I can't get it to like blend in. It's like sitting there. So that I pulled out. Actually, I was planning to put that in my pan challenge. It was bad. Another one I put in my pan challenge. There's quite a few in here. I pulled everything out I wanted to pan this year for my official pan challenges. I always have other stuff I work on, and I tried them every day for like 2 weeks, and there were so many items in here that either had went bad, don't work, whatever, that I pulled out. I'm like, I'm not panning that. Me personally, I have to pan what I love, or what I like at least. So this is the Essence My Skin Loose Fixing Powder Instant Blur Effect Natural Matte Finish. I actually, despite this being matte, I used to love this powder. This was literally one of my favorite powders. I wish I could see a picture because I probably look like shit, but this was my favorite powder. If you have oily or combo skin, this is a fantastic powder, and it does absolutely blur. I think it's like $45 for the price. It's an amazing powder, but I have desert dry skin. I feel like I'm saying that every 5 minutes because all this stuff is so stupid that I own it. So that was one that I tried it and I looked at my skin and I was like, oh girl, what are you doing? So there's a couple foundations here. I'm just gonna plow through these really quick because there's a lot of similarities between them. So we look at ones that have changed color, gone bad. Like you can see them. I'll grab those first. I think that's it for that category. Okay. So I have the Makeup Forever Original HD. I'm literally crying about this. This is my favorite foundation. This is my 4th or 5th bottle of this. They no longer sell this. It's been reformulated, which I do have, and I do like that foundation, but I like this one better. So this was R230, which is more my summer tone than my winter tone. This is now like a 300. It's so dark now. It's totally oxidized inside the bottle. Another one is the Oma foundation. My shade was White Pearl T2C. This was a near perfect match. It's oxidized so much that it's got a frosted glass, so it was hard to tell when to use it. It oxidized so much. I literally look like I was painting on 10 shades darker. So unfortunately that's gone. ColourPop, you can see I've used a decent amount of that. This one I actually, if I didn't have a million foundations, I would actually repurchase. This is a really beautiful and affordable foundation that lasts all day. I can set it or not set it and it still will last. But anyways, I pulled it out. I used it, I think 10 times and I started getting pimples on my chin. And that's one thing I've noticed is whenever I try to push a cream too far and it's actually gone bad, I will start breaking out. Now, if it wasn't that, I would have, like if it wasn't older, I would think it was a coincidence, it was hormonal, whatever. But I am just TMI, but true, I'm perimenopausal. I rarely get a period. I rarely get cramps, rarely get anything because of lupus. I've taken so many steroids. I'm only 44 and I'm in the middle of menopause basically, or I think she said I'm not peri anymore. I'm actually menopause, but I still get periods. So I'm not completed for menopause. I think that's how it worked. So my skin doesn't break out very often. I've never had acne in my life other than hormonal period type stuff around my chin. So it's gone. And to be honest, it didn't really work the same either, but I kept trying to like talk myself into it. I'm like, you know, this would be a great one. I love this foundation. I'm going to pan it. I always get these lofty ideas. And then when I stop and think consciously about it, I'm like, what the hell are you doing? One that I was sad about that I can't complain. I'm the one that didn't use it, but I actually really love this foundation. This is the Born This Way, the original foundation. This is a beautiful foundation. I wish I'd known about this, or maybe it wasn't around. I've been married 20 years, so this has been a long time, but I don't think it's that long, but I would have liked to have something like that for my wedding day. It lasts forever, looks stunning. It's like a natural finish. It's not matte or dewy. And then this one, I think I only use this like 3 times, and it kind of bothers me only well, the price bothers me because the money's wasted, but this is a beautiful foundation, but this is the MAC. This is the NC15. If you know MAC, this is so dark for that. NC15 is like, I think NC10 is the lightest. This is like way darker. So that too oxidized. Okay, let me grab a couple that just purely went bad due to age, nothing else, and actually were used. That's a bonus. It's nice when that happens. I'm never buying this much makeup again. Even now, I look at categories and I go, nope. Even though that looks appealing, even though I want that. Like right now, I have a gift card and I could go buy Mario's foundation right now and I almost do it like 10 times. I'm like, Brandy, you have 100 foundations. Not literally. Why are you doing that? So I'm trying to work on that self-control part of it. So Laura Mercier, if you look, this is past the labels. I probably used maybe a 4th, something like that. This was actually before more tinted moisturizers came out. This was like this and NARS were my absolute OG favorites. Love them. Now, first of all, it's gone bad. It's literally has a shelf life of, actually it doesn't say. Probably was on the box. I hate when they do that. Usually these are 6 to 12 months. This is 3 to 4 years old. So that's gone. MAC Studio Face and Body. This is another one that did oxidize, but it's about 3 years old. So that's gone. Glossier, 3 years old. I actually like this one. This one has very little coverage. It just gives you a lot of dew. But if you're just doing like a no makeup look, it's kind of nice. This one I'm actually pissed about only because it was very expensive and I honestly really love it. It got in my drawer. I misplaced it in the drawer and I forgot I had it. This is the Kosas Tinted Face Oil. If you have dry skin, this is absolutely fantastic. I wear shade 2. Perfect match. Literally looks like my skin. I wouldn't, like I could skip blending on my neckline and I would be fine. So let me do some matte ones really quick because we all know I have those in here. Oh, I forgot one more that went bad. This one I love as well. This is the Halo from Smashbox. If you like light coverage, but a little bit of coverage, like this is light. It's like I I guess the true term, tinted moisturizer. But the thing about this one is it actually gives you like tone to your face. Like, you know, naturally our skin has different shades, different, like I'm not the exact same shade across. So when I wear matte foundation or full coverage, all of a sudden everything's wiped out. I have skin discolorations, I have blushes, like my skin naturally is blush because I'm so fair. And then also I have freckles. This gives enough coverage that you still see all of your freckles, but it does make you feel confident that your skin looks good. And that's something I like. I love stuff like that. Especially going to work. I don't want to do full coverage to go to work all day. So matte foundations, I have quite a few here. Well, it's less than it used to be, but still. This is the Born This Way matte. This was brand new when I bought it, so it's got to be at least 3 years old. This looked fantastic the day I bought it, tried it, filmed it, I believe. And then every time I wore it, it looked wonky, which, dry skin, Brandy, why can't you get this through your head? This next foundation, I actually found a way to use this and it looked fantastic, but it went bad. This is the Fenty. This is their original matte foundation that has like 50 shades or whatever. This is a beautiful foundation. It lasts 12 to 14 hours. It's great every single time. This is actually my second bottle. I did an entire bottle already. I'm done trying to make things work when there's better ones out there for my skin. But if you have combo to oily, this is fantastic. If you need a long-lasting foundation, you have dry skin, face oil. I would slather up my face and face oil and then put this on, and this would actually look glowy, but it would have that lasting power. It was fantastic. So another one, this is a repurchase and it's so stupid. I still can't believe I did it. So this is the Huda Beauty. I decluttered this. It has to be 2 or 3 years ago because I haven't done a declutter in like 2 years. So about 2 years ago, I decluttered this because it doesn't work. You know what I just realized too? This is still sealed. I hope my daughter can use it. Holy cow. I bought this. They had this on sale. And in my head, I was like, oh, well, I'll have that just in case. You know, that dumb shit we tell ourselves. And then like 4 days later, 5 days later, after I ordered it, after I bought it, I heard it was reformulated. And I didn't even go return it and buy the new one. I just kept it and it's never even been opened. And I'm not going to open now. She doesn't have oily skin. I think she has combo skin in her T-zone and she's dry everywhere else. I actually will ask her before I mail her this if she doesn't think she can use it based on skin tone, because she's a little bit darker than me, but this is a little bit darker for me. Like I didn't get the right shade. If she can't use it, I will give it to the shelter because that's something that is just ridiculous. It's in my thing. One I actually liked when I originally got it is the NARS matte. When I originally got this, I don't know if I just wasn't as dry, because one thing about menopause, it does make you very dry. So I don't know if that was just dry or not as dry then, but this was beautiful when I got it. I tried using it 3 or 4 times in the last couple weeks, which why? Because it's like 3 years old. What's wrong with me? But I tried it. It's bad and it doesn't work for my skin, which it could be not working for my skin because it's bad. I'm not sure. One I forgot to mention, but is the True Match Nude L'Oreal. This is a very popular foundation. It never worked for me and I have dry skin. It looks like shit every single time I wear it. However, it has oxidized and it's moved like 4 or 5 shades. This is shade, where are you? 1-2.5 Rosy Light. This matched when I bought it, so it's obviously oxidized. A few, let's see, my Pure 4-in-1. This is a beautiful foundation. I obviously either found a way to make it work or I had different skin. I'm just not really sure, but this is like literally, you can't see it because it's a frosted type bottle, but it's like down here. It's so light. I use the crap out of this during masks because I could wear a mask all day and it never moved, never did anything. This was, especially when I worked at Ulta, I was a stocker. So I'd work from like 6 in the morning till noon or 6 in the morning till 2, depending on which shift I worked. And I would be sweating, unloading boxes, stocking, doing all that stuff. And then we'd open and I'd have to like look presentable. This was amazing. So then we have Hailey's Beauty. This is their Reform Liquid Luxe Luminous Finish Liquid Foundation. I used this one time. I bought this, I want to say off Macy's on sale. I could be wrong, but I think it was Macy's. And it had a beautiful finish when I bought it. It was a really good color. It looked great the one time I wore it. Got in my drawer, totally forgot about it because I had too much crap. I actually pulled my foundations out of drawers now because I kept losing things in there. There was just so much you couldn't see anything. It's now gone bad. Now, I got it on clearance wherever I bought it, so it could have been older when I got it, or it could be because Brandon let it sit in her drawer for a year. Do we see a theme here, everyone? Next, we have Tarte Amazon Clay Foundation, and I also have the face tape here. So one thing I want to say is I'm a huge fan of Tarte. They get a lot of slack from people about being a boring brand, being this brand. I used to own every one of their foundations. I still own one, the Babasu, I think it's called. I know my exact like skin color, which for the record, this is not. I don't know this one because it doesn't have the number, but This is not. But I know my exact skin tone. I know what I do, and it works fantastic. And for years, I used their foundations. In fact, I used to buy their kit every single year just so I could get a different foundation. And I honestly enjoyed them. Something with my skin changing, they no longer work the same as they used to. And I figured out that a lot of them are actually only 6 months shelf life. Unless you have one foundation you're using 7 days a week for 6 months, you're never going to use all that and get your money's worth on 6 months. Now, that's kind of hypocritical of me to say when I own this much, but it's still an idea for me because I look at it as usually if a foundation expires in 12 months, I can get 18 to 24 out of it legitimately because they usually go bad fat or longer than the date they're given. Give me 6 months, I still have less time to use it. I might get lucky if I have a year. So face tape, I'm actually wearing that today. I wanted to try it one more time. This is a 12B. I am a 16B. So this was so fair. I literally was like just packing the bronzer on, trying to make it look normal. Still don't appreciate it. Do not think it looks great today. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but I used to love this. Not the old one is horrible, but when they reformulated it, it was really good. This is another one very similar to the 4-in-1 Pure. When I worked at Ulta, I could wear this all day, would look good. I put oil underneath it and it would last the entire day stocking, not mask, it was great. If you have oily skin, these matte foundations are fantastic. I will say in combo probably as well, but I can't speak to combo as much. My daughter used to have really oily skin. I get used to buying her things. She's now 30. She's actually, because people always ask, I wasn't 14 when I had her. She's my husband's daughter, but we do not do step in our family. So my son that came to our marriage and his daughter that came to marriage, they are our children, and that's the end of it. So because of helping her do foundations, I kind of have a good idea, and working at Ulta and helping people. So those probably will work fantastic. I got some primers here, which some of them I'm really depressed about. I actually really love them. I think all but 2 got, well, 2 out of the 4 got heavy duty use. And then the other 2, it's a joke. So this one is the Catrice Prime and Fine Freshen Up. I actually think this is fantastic. It's bad. It just went bad. This is my second. I used a full one, so I bought a new one, and then this never even got used. I know I opened it, but I don't know if I ever like used it on my face since I rebought it. I'm just not sure. So it's so stupid. That's one thing. I'm not buying any new primers. I'm done. The only thing I will repurchase is the Charlotte Tilbury. I used the Hollywood Flawless Finish, like glow luminizer. I use that as a primer, and that's probably the only one I will repurchase. Well, the e.l.f. maybe, but I don't. A lot of people like that better. I don't. It's weird, but this is a really popular one. This is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop. This is like the milk makeup, but this is watermelon milk makeup Hydro Grip. This is the watermelon scented. I actually pulled this out because I also have the new one, Power Grip, which is like a direct copy. It's green and everything. And then I also have the niacinamide one. I like these primers, and my milk, actually, I panned it all the way till there was like that much left if you saw my empties previously. And then I had to throw it away because it actually went bad. So this one I pulled out. I was getting excited. This is the second one I've purchased and used. And so I was like, oh, let's get going. And then it's bad. First of all, the scent's off. And like when you rub it in, it's like Elmer's glue. It doesn't ever blend in. It like to sit sticky on the surface, and it's different than it used to be. Again, it's my second one. I know the consistency. So unfortunately, thank God it's e.l.f. and it's cheap. And I believe this one I got on sale. The original I bought when it was brand new at Ulta. Again, I worked there, had a discount, but this one I believe I got on clearance. And then these 2, I think this one I've never used. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Face Primer for dry skin. I don't believe I ever used that. I got it on clearance at Walmart, I believe. And then the I Love Revolution Mint Chocolate Chip. This was being clearanced at Ulta, and so I got that on clearance, and I used that once. So something about me, I rarely pay full price. When I originally started my channel, which if you go back a couple videos, you'll get the explanation. This channel was renamed, reformulated. I'm restarting it. Long story short, so when I originally had my channel, I would buy things like foundations or whatever to try brand new for full price, but everything else I would get through BoxyCharm or on clearance, and I would check every single retailer till I found something on sale if I want to try it. So very little of my makeup did I pay full price, and a lot of items were severely discounted. Like I had 40, 50, 60% off. Like every year on Black Friday, I spent a ungodly amount of money, but I save all year to cover it, or I use credit card rewards or whatever. I rarely use like credit cards or anything like that. So that way I can get like my skincare. I have over here is a cart. I have an entire cart of my skincare for the entire year. It's bought. I don't have to buy anything the entire year. My hair care is bought for the entire year because Black Friday I go ham, and then I don't have to buy anything the rest of the year. Now makeup I tend to buy all year round. I will be honest. Although this year I have some rules, but that's why. So next is powders. I'm going to fly through these because there's one more. I lied. There's one more primer. This is the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. This one I've used a little bit. You can see in there. And this one I just don't like it. It creates, I feel like my skin's an oil slick, which having dry skin, you'd think that'd be appealing. My foundation slips and slides. So I want that gone. And that could be bad. I don't honestly know. So, okay, I'm going to fly through these powders really quick. So Urban Decay, I had planned to pan this year, and it is, you can see I used to love this powder. It doesn't even say Urban Decay anymore. It is bad. It's just like that other one from It. It doesn't have the right consistency. Flour, same exact thing. All Nighter, I don't think I ever used this. I've only swatched it, and it still feels good, still looks good, still smells good, so I'm giving that to my daughter. Pretty Fresh, same exact thing. Bought this recently. Don't know. First of all, I have nails, so these never open appropriately for me. There's a little bit of use in there, but not much. So that one is going to my daughter as well. Natasha Denona, got this on clearance. I believe Beautylish, but I could be wrong. Used it once or twice, don't care for it. And I love glowy skin. I will use highlighter like, do I look like a glazed donut? It was weird. It didn't look right. Halo by Smashbox. This is one that is really neat. Where is my opening at? This is one that you actually turn it and then it gives the powder out. So I thought for sure this was going to be okay, but if you can see this powder in there, it's very dark, it's oxidized, and it doesn't matter how much you turn it. It doesn't like, it's not just the stuff in there. I dumped it, checked it, everything. This is another one that is, I don't think it's sealed. Let me see. No, it's not sealed. I don't want to turn it because it's, got powder in there. But the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder, this is just too dry. I think it's made for matte and combo, or matte and combo, oily and combo skin to make your skin more matte. Giving this to my daughter. She can use it, pass it, whatever she wants to do. This one should be self-explanatory. This collection was discontinued at Ulta, I think 3 years ago. So this is obviously not good. I plan to pan it this year. The smell's a little bit off. This one is the translucent Radiant Pearl, which was, I would mix it with my powder and then it wouldn't be as gluey, and I loved it, but unfortunately it's bad. Another one, brand new, still sealed. Flower Beauty. I'm giving that to my daughter. So it's called the Miracle Glow though. So that one is done. Moving on. One that I got supremely clearance. Actually, let me get a couple out of here because there's a couple in here that are really, I got like super good deals on. And so I'm not mad at it. This one is the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. This is one that's like a silicone. It doesn't have anything anymore. Like you rub it and it just gets chunky. So obviously that went bad. So the items I'm going to talk about next are actually things I got supreme deals on or free, whatever. So this is Space Case. I actually got this free. A friend of mine got a BoxyCharm. I love these originally. I used to have these from BoxyCharm. So she gave it to me and it's changed in format, consistency. This is the Rare Beauty and the About Face Liquid Luminizers. Both of these don't really work for me, and the About Face I feel like is going bad. It doesn't blend properly. It looks funny. It's just weird. So I'm going to give the Rare Beauty to my daughter, and the About Face I'm going to throw away. Those I got for special deals. I believe BoxyCharm, but it could have been another Ipsy one of them. I'm not sure. I got this is CoverGirl Clean Fresh Cream Brush. I actually got 2 of these in 2 different colors originally from Gratis at Ulta, so it was free. Paid about $6 for this on BoxyCharm. Had no idea at that point. These were really big on YouTube 2-3 years ago. Had no idea that they were being reformulated, and that's why they're given. But this has gone bad now. It wasn't my favorite, which I think that's why they reformulated. It probably wasn't anybody's favorite, but I didn't care for it, so it wasn't really $6. I probably got my use. I was done. This one is Makeup Forever. This is still good. I don't care. I actually am a huge Makeup Forever fan. I don't care for the tone of the bronzer, and then the color corrector is too dark for me, and the rest just don't get used. So I'm going to see if my daughter can use it. If she can't, I paid $12 for this, and I use the bronzer and the color corrector whiter one quite a bit. So if this goes and she ends up throwing it away, I will not be angry. So let's knock out some cream products really quick. Okay. This is the Tarte. I think these are being discontinued. Breezy cream bronzer. I tried to pan this year. I do got a big dip, but it's obviously changed in formula and it's getting weird. This one is still good. This is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. I had bought it hoping I could use it for like an eyeshadow base when I want to use bright looks, but unfortunately it didn't work for that. So this is Bronzed Belle, and it's I think the second or third darkest. I'm gonna give that to my daughter. She is Hispanic. My husband is Mexican, so she should be able to use it. And then she's fair though. My husband is half white, and she is fair. Like, she's not really dark, but she's darker than me. So things that I can't use a lot of times she can. Like, I got a Charlotte Tilbury face palette for medium to dark. She was able to use it and it was fine. Next is a Glacier Haloscope. This is cream. This is like a luminizer highlighter. I don't know if this is zooming correctly. I apologize. It's just bad. And I tried panning it this year and it just really has like a weird consistency, and it's getting like dark ribbons of lines of color in it that weren't there before. Two I'm really depressed about because these are so underrated and people never talk about them, but they are so good. And I honestly don't even know if they still sell them. But these are the Urban Decay Face Lip Tint. This is the colors Kinky and Streak. And these are just literally, I think this one was originally supposed to be a blush, like a dark tone blush. It wasn't even supposed to be a primer that I'm aware of. I don't think it was a bronzer, not a primer. These were fantastic. I use this as a bronzer, I use this as a blush, and they have almost like a slick consistency to them. They actually remind me of the, what is the name of that brand? I have it in my head and I can't think of it. LYS. The LYS bronzer has like more of a slicker consistency. That's how these were. They were fantastic. The bronzer has deepened and they just don't work the exact same as they used to. So just to be safe, I got rid of them. Okay. This whole basket is concealers. I would just like to say majority of these have gone bad. This one I'm sending to my daughter. It's the wrong color and it doesn't work for me. So that one is fine. These two I was actually trying to pan this year and they started getting where they don't work the same way they should. This is the Pretty Fresh and the Clinique Even Better. That was free. This was my Ulta gift for going diamond. Brain went dead right there. I have a few Makeup Revolution. These, I don't know that I ever even used them, but they are bad now. I did test them. I was planning to pan one of them and they are bad. This one is about half gone. I actually love this. If I cannot use it by itself, but if I use it with another foundation or another primer, it's fantastic. Marc Jacobs is no longer a brand, but this is getting dry and it's cakey. It's one of those cake concealers anyways. It did have a little bit of use, but not enough. Makeup Forever, I actually use this for an eyeshadow primer for about a year or two. So it got some use, but definitely not enough. And it is now smelling crayon or Play-Doh. And the last one is the True Match C-1-2. This one has changed in color and consistency, so I am getting rid of it. So another basket down, guys. Making right through. This one I'm going to pour through really fast. So I'm going to pull out the oddballs. So this is the Rosewater e.l.f. Bite Size palette. It literally has no pigment anymore. These are, I believe, 3 years old. In fact, Nona and I did a collab on these back, and it had to be in 19. So about 3 years old, nothing there. This one, it never should have even been in. This was open. It was from BoxyCharm probably 3 years ago. It was open in my drawer and it got pushed into a different area. And so that's just that. NYX Tame and Frame I got for free in one of those Ulta gift packs. And I've never used it. It is Shade Blonde, which is my shade, ironically. Usually, ooh, look how dry that is. You can actually see it's literally dropping around the edges. Ah, that's funny. So never used it, but it was free, thank God. I have a couple other brow products in here, I think. Let me just look. Yep. Okay, I think that's it. This is a lip product. Why are you in there? I have the Anastasia Brow Wiz, literally dried out. Nothing there. The 24, this is a sample from that Ulta pack, that brow pack I got. It's dried out and smells funny. Oma Beauty, this is fantastic if you want something that's high end but not crazy pricing. This is really good. And then I got this free from Urban Decay. Can't remember why. It was something when I had my channel was just starting to grow. They sent like a sampler pack or something, but it wasn't like PR. It was almost like, I don't know. I don't remember. Urban Decay Brow Blade, waterproof. And this has the 2 different tips. So this has the pen to draw and then it has the pencil to color in. I've used it a handful of times. Wasn't my favorite. I actually love Urban Decay, but it wasn't my favorite. Lottie London, this is one of those stamped ones for the wing. It sucked. I worked at Ulta one day and it was just watering everywhere. It was horrible. Let me grab some favorites really quick because I do have some favorites in here and I'd like to knock those out so that we can talk about the ones that aren't my favorites. Okay, so 2 really simple ones I'll just knock out. These are the Revlon Color Stay 2-in-1 Angled Cajole. I don't know if I'm saying that right. In green and brown. These have a really thick, I don't know if it's coming up on camera. It has a thick end and then it has a brush built into the other end that helps you smooth it out so you can have that blended smoked out look. I don't know if they still sell these. If they do, they're fantastic and they're great for a smoky line. Here I have the Fenty, the Anastasia, and the Better Than Sex. These are probably, well, actually one I know for a fact is 3 years old because I looked it up. Another one is 2.5 years old. This one I don't know when I bought it, but because Sephora used to show your whole history, they stopped doing that. So unfortunately I can't look. But these 3 should have been thrown away a really long time. They actually all still work. I was using these when I looked it up and I went, ooh, that's not good. So those are good. These are BoxyCharm Originals sent to me by them and not my favorites. Oh, I forgot one brow product. Glossier, is this the Flick or something? I can't remember. Yeah, Brow Flick. This sucked. I hated it. You had almost no pigment. This was just a random eyeliner from BoxyCharm that I didn't like. And then this one dried out. This is a Too Faced Perfect Eye Waterproof Eyeliner. I'm actually wearing this one today, Clarins Graphic Ink. I opened this today. It is horrible. I like the tip of the liner. It's very smooth. It goes on really smooth. It smears really easy. But the other thing is it's literally like a Sharpie. It's that thick. It's crazy. And then this one is from Pretty Vulgar. Got it from BoxyCharm. It dried out. Never even got to use it. Not their fault. My fault. I had it in my drawer forever. Glossier, it's okay. It's very natural, which is their brand. That's what they do. But I didn't really care for that one. The Dagger Tattoo Liner. This is still Kat Von D to touch how old it is. So that's age and use. I bought this Jouer Slim Cream Pencil. This is in like a green. And it totally fell out. There's nothing there. I went to open it and I know I've used it before. So at some point I must have opened it and not caught that it fell out or something. I don't know. So stupid. So that is another basket down. Lips, I'm going to try to go through actually relatively fast because this is taking forever. So let me just find, I have a ton of lip liners. They are all expired. They are all 3 to 10 years old and literally, that's sad. Oh, I forgot an eyeliner. Araceli Ojos Perfectos Liquid Eyeliner. That one, it is old and bad. These have high-end and like there's Kylie in here, Ella Masqua, I probably said that wrong, Karl Lagerfeld, I still can't believe that even exists, CoverGirl, and Janta Blue. So those are all, I've tested them, they no longer work. I even sharpened them and tested them, they no longer work. So let me grab ones. I did a bunch of Huda Beauty mystery boxes last year and I got pretty much, I think, damn near her collection. I've been weeding out these, sorry, it's noisy. I've been weeding out these little by little every year. This year I finally decided to throw them away because I've never used them since I originally got the box, but they were Huda and I love Huda, so I was keeping them. So there is 5 liquid lipsticks that I could have given away and they are all separated and gross inside now, and my fault. I have some Kat Von D, let's see, like original Kat Von D, like hello, not been a brand for, oh, found another, it's Ella Masqua pencil. I feel like I have another Kat Von D in here. Where is it? Maybe I don't. Maybe I got them. So I have 3 Kat Von Ds. I used to love her liquid lipsticks when I was in liquid lipstick. Too Faced, I bought the entire Tutti Frutti collection because they were on clearance when I worked at Ulta. I think that's it for Too Faced. Nope, it's not. Okay. So first of all, I have the Too Faced Peach Puff. I got this in a BoxyCharm and I never liked it, but yet didn't get rid of it. I bought this on clearance. This is Pretty Penny High Shine Sparkling Lip Gloss. This was in that collection with the diamond highlighter. And then I also have, I've repurchased this one multiple times because I like having a matte red for Christmas, but I don't need to keep doing this. So this is Lady Balls. Love that name. And then these are the Tutti Fruttis. I paid 79 cents for each one of these. And I did use these pretty regularly pre-COVID and up to the middle of COVID. And then once I stopped using masks and everything, I somehow just never went back to these and they've got to be old by now. I also did Colored Rain mystery boxes. Absolutely love Colored Rain. It's one of my favorite brands ever to exist. They just do a great job at all times. So I have from the Power Collection, I have Homicide is the name of it, and I love this red, but it's changed consistently in color. And then I have Bullet Lipsticks and Empathy and Whipped. I had a ton of these from those mystery boxes. I ordered one and they messed up on them. It was a big, you know, YouTube controversy. They didn't give us the right stuff. They reshipped the items we were missing, and so that was one box. And then I ordered another one to compare them on my channel. Again, a waste. Never should have did it, but it's what I was doing. Oma Beauty, again, I've said before, I'm a big fan of Oma Beauty. These are their, like, they are liquid lipsticks, but they're almost like a hybrid. They were not my favorite, but I still like them and use them because they're consistent. I can depend on them. If I'm going somewhere like date night, I know they're going to look good. ColourPop, I've gotten rid of all except for this one last Lonely. This is the Blotted Lip. That's the last one. It's got to be bad. It's ancient. I have a whole bunch of lip stain type items in here. These are Tristique, Nude NARS, Nude Sticks. Ooh, hi Nude Sticks, how you doing? Nude Sticks and NARS, getting rid of all of them. I don't like these, don't know why I was keeping them. It is so stupid. Actually, I can give those to my daughter though, because I don't think any of those are bad. But they're just ridiculous. A sample, they literally went bad because it never got touched. Like, that's totally cool. These ones I actually purchased myself. These are ones that Natasha Denona Gloss, never liked the formula and never liked the color, so I didn't use it very often. Fenty, I used to use these all the time, love them. They no longer even sell these. I don't believe they have a new one that I have. And so they're bad. They actually like literally chunked down my hand. Went to test it. This is Jouer. I think these are like, this is in Peony, and this is the Essential Lip Enhancer. I think it's called Balm. It's like a lip balm, lipstick eyebrow. It's very good. These two I got from, actually these three I got from boxes or from gifts. Clarins, no, not Clarins, by Terry. This tastes so gross. It's supposed to be like a lip moisturizer. It's disgusting. I got that in either a Macy's box, like gift thing, or Ulta. And then Ofra, I'm just not buying Ofra anymore. I'm not supporting them. So getting rid of that. It was an okay product. It wasn't ever my favorite anyways. Now their highlighters, whole nother conversation. This is by Rowan, and this is a beautiful lip gloss, but it doesn't last. And so I'm getting rid of that. So if you've made it this far, holy cow, I say this all the time because my videos are too damn long, especially the starting ones or end of the year ones. Thank you so much for staying. I hope that you will like, share, subscribe if you think anybody could use this. And if you are decluttering, let me know your system down below. A lot of people declutter then do their inventory, and I do it backwards because it helps me really see the big picture of what I have. So let me know how you do it, and let's talk about it in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day. I'm filming my empties next, so that will be up soon. Thanks, guys. Hi, and welcome back to It's a Miracle Beauty. My name is Brandy, and I am a beauty reviewer and a pan challenger. I am going through my collection, and my whole entire goal and my word of the year is progress. I want to see progress on things, and I want to restrict my purchases so I can use what I have before it goes bad. I did just film my declutter for 2022, and it was bad, but it wasn't because I went in and just said I don't need this. It was because there was so much bad makeup in my collection. So this is something that I'm trying to pivot away from and change. I will never be a minimalist. I will always have a crap ton of stuff. That's just my life. But I will not continue to waste the way I am because I want to conserve and save money instead of waste. So this is actually a really short and sweet empties. I did just film an empties back on I think December 2nd or 3rd, and I did November and October. This is December. We have I think 2 days left. I don't think I have anything. I think the only thing close to being empty right now, actually I have 3 things. The rest, there's nothing in empty. My Estee Lauder Advanced Wear, which I have 2 of them here, that will be gone soon. My Glow Toner, I don't think I'll finish that this year. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. I do have the full size. And then this one, actually, I just saw one more. I apologize. My eye cream is almost gone. This is the Good Molecules one. Actually, I love that eye cream as it falls. This is the Ole Henriksen Wrinkle Blur Bucciolio. I probably butchered that. Eye cream gel. This is so not worth it. It's $68, I believe. And I had watched someone, I think in the United Arab Emirates, a really fantastic and beautiful YouTuber whose name I cannot remember right now. But I watched her, and she had very slight lines under her eyes, and when she uses it looked like it blurred it. I don't know if it was magic or if it just didn't work for me, but this didn't do nothing for me. So that will be done soon, and I will never repurchase it. So since I was talking about skincare, we'll start with skincare. I actually have another Clinique Take the Day Off. I talked about this in my last empties. If you saw it, I poured this into my big bottle, so it's not gone technically, but the bottle's there. I did use some, but not that much. This is the Fenty Pre-Show Glow. I've actually already repurchased this. I love this. And now I'm going to put it back in my shower because it looked empty when I pull it out, but I see a little bit. So I'm actually going to grab that and finish it because that's expensive. So that's worth it. I have I have 2 Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow PHA BHA Pore Tight Toner. I did a Black Friday order with them, and they sent me a bunch of samples, and I also got like a free starter pack, and that came in that. I actually purchased that when I did it, I believe. I think that's what that is. Yeah, I purchased the full size when I did my Black Friday order, but they gave me a bunch of samples, so I'm using all the samples first before I open my big one. So this is the Murad Skin Smoothing Polish. I actually got this in like a BoxyCharm or something. I finished, it's like empty, and I have to say I love Murad, but this is not one of my favorites. I've only found I think 2 or 3 products I don't like from them. It was fine, it did good, but here's just for comparison. I use the pineapple powder from Good Molecules, and I can visibly feel and see my skin being smoother after I use it. It's like I just put lotion on and it had some crunchy stuff in it. Like, and you don't leave it on, you rinse it, but it's how it felt. In case nobody else knows this brand, or doesn't know it, but even doesn't use it, Lumi sells body washes, and they are acid, blah, blah, blah. Jeez, my brain's going too fast. Acidified body wash powered by mandelic acid. It's pH optimized. This actually goes and it prevents body odor, it prevents sweating, so it's fantastic. I got this as a sample from ordering from them. I want to repurchase, but they are so expensive, but they're worth it. They're really good, but I don't know if I can bite the bullet and do it. Origins, checks and balances. This has just a little bit left in the bottom, and I did give up because it kept pissing me off when I would try to finish it. This, if you have dry skin, this is fantastic. It's one of the items I ordered for my skincare this year, and it's wonderful. This one I was using, but it went bad. This is from Origins as well. This is an oil-free energizing boosting gel moisturizer. It felt fine, but it was going bad. It was starting to pilly no matter how much I used it, and it was starting to smell different. I did use two Estee Lauder things. These, I don't know if they were both full because originally I would open one and not realize I'd want to open up another one, so they could have been partial. I don't know. And then I also pour them into my bigger one, so it could be that there wasn't 100% of the two used this month, just to make that clear. So talking about skincare, I have a Bath & Body Works Eucalyptus Spearmint Stress Relief Body Cream. This is literally like lid off, emptied, one of my favorite ever. And I have to say, I was just telling my husband the other day, Bath & Body Works reformulated, obviously, because I used to use them years ago when I would use like Jergens and then put that on top just to smell good because it never moisturized my skin. I have eczema and I'm not sensitive to perfume like a lot of people are, but I didn't do it now. I ordered some for Body Day and their semi-annual sale, and they are so good. And because of this, I ordered more. They're fantastic. I've been going through and using everything in my collection, even if it's something I love, because I can always purchase more, and if they discontinue it, something else will be something I love. Trying to change the mind frame. One is my Boom Boom cream. This is like the bigger than the travel size, but not the big size. Love, that is still one of my favorite creams ever. The Boom Dia Break Cream. This is my least favorite of the three. The light pink one I'm working on right now, that's like this size, I believe. And that one is a firming cream, and it's fantastic, and it smells wonderful. And the Boom Boom cream. This one doesn't smell bad by any means. Like, it smells good, but it sounds funny because I'm not eating it, but it almost leaves like an aftertaste in my mouth. Like, I can smell it for a long time after I use it. And unless it's like something fantastic, I don't want any. Two mascaras. One is a declutter and one was used. Bite Beauty. I have another one of these when they went on clearance. I liked them, so I bought a couple of them, and I have one left, but this is used up. And it's 3 months at least, so it should be gone. Elf, this is the Big Mood. Just don't care for it. It's horrible. I have two sponges. Retiring. One is the Big Body Sponge from Real Techniques. Love it. This one is the Elf. Literally used it once. I hate this. I cannot stand when it does. It almost pulls my foundation out. I hate it. And I tried different wetness because the day it didn't work, I'm like, oh, was it too wet? I'm like wringing it. It was horrible. I hated it. And then one I'm actually really proud of is my primerizer. I actually pulled this out. There's lines on it because I pulled it out to pan, and I used it consistently and got rid of it. This is at least 2 or 3 years old. It still worked fantastic. I love it. I have a travel of it I got in a package or something. This is one I would definitely repurchase. I don't know when they repackaged it, they reformulated it. I wish they would have stuck with the glass bottles. Even though glass bottles suck to travel with, they're easier to recycle, so I wish they would have stuck with that. But that is it for my empties. Told you it was short and sweet. Unlike my declutter that's probably an hour long. I still have to edit it. I'm not sure how long it ended up being, but I hope wherever you are, you're having a great new year and had a wonderful holiday season for the holidays that you did. Wherever you are, I hope you have a great new year, and I hope you had a wonderful holiday season for whatever holidays you celebrate. And let's pan our makeup this year. Let's see what we can use, and let's challenge each other to buy less. Thanks, guys, and have a great day. Thanks, guys, and have a great day.